Good morning, drivers. So this is why I love driving at night. As you can see, no traffic. I love me some solar drivers. You guys keep doing what you do. But the difference for me being on these back roads all day long is my first run takes me about 5 hours. And the second run with the sun up, between the traffic and the red lights, ends up taking anywhere from 6 to 7 hours to get that one done. So that's why I start as early as I do. But I mean, as you can see from the time lapse, and even from now, there's not really much to see. It's pretty dark out here. Now I will say, for you guys, for you solar drivers that might get stuck on a 2-lane road in the dark every now and then, one thing you have to watch out for this time of year is the deer. It's called rut season, which is basically breeding season for deer. They're a lot more active, and out here, especially at night, where there is less traffic, you will get a lot more deer crossing the road. I guess for me, it's just something, for anybody that lives in this area in the Midwest, it's just something you grow up with. So you kind of learn when you're going down the road to scan back and forth, and you're looking at the shoulders of the road more than you're looking at the actual road, because you're looking for that deer, so that you got that 2 or 3 second heads up on hitting the brakes. Me and the boy, where the hell were we going yesterday? It wasn't yesterday, it was Saturday. I think we were going to church. We started going on Saturday nights because starting next month, he's got the wrestling tournaments, and those are pretty much all on Sundays. So figured we start doing Saturday night church. And again, I am not a big Bible thumper, but if any of you guys are on the road and church is your thing, you can check out lifechurchag.com, or just Google Life Church AG, Roscoe, Illinois. And our church does live stream the services. So, I mean, if that's something you're looking for, I know we have a lot of troops overseas that tune in and watch and all that stuff. So, this guy's been past me. Been riding my ass now since we went through that last town. But yeah, if you guys want to check that out, go ahead and check it out. But me and the boy were on our way. The wife's on the worship team, so she was already at church. Kids are both working, the daughters. But had a car right in front of us. We live like out on backcountry roads, and all of a sudden, about 3 deer run across the road. She nailed probably a 8-point buck. Totally. Our son, he's only 14, and think that might have been the first time he had ever seen like a car hit a deer. And he was pretty shocked. Took most of the front end off of that car. It was like I don't know, one of those little compact SUVs, you know, like a little Honda CR-V type of thing. And about the only thing that was left of the front end was a headlight, the passenger side headlight. Didn't look like anything was leaking. She ended up, or he, whoever was driving it, ended up driving it, you know, about another 200-300 foot to a driveway, and pulled in the driveway because it's safer than being on the shoulder out there. But it didn't look like it was leaking any fluids, so it must not have got into the radiator or anything like that. But it definitely gonna need a whole new front clip. It was funny though, just seeing his reaction. He didn't realize hitting a deer at 60 mile an hour could do that kind of damage. But yeah, it's just, you know, I don't know, kind of a fact of life, I guess. I mean, I imagine if you're down, you know, if you live or grew up down in Florida, you know, you deal with alligators and shit, you know. Live in other parts of the country, you deal with snakes, you know. Out here, it's mainly coyote and deer. You know, well, we've been getting a lot of fox too up by us. You gotta watch out for them little bastards. I don't know, they think they're a hell of a lot faster than what they are. See them darting across the road all the time. But you know, you hit one of them, it's just like going over a damn speed bump. But yeah, you know, when you're driving, you got to watch out for the deer. And if you're broke down and you decide you want to walk somewhere in the middle of the night out there, you got to be more worried about coyotes. But so here we are at the infamous, the notorious Lot 16. Today we're getting an OOCL can and a Costco can. The Costco can has to be loaded today because today is the cut date. So we already got our OOCL can. We're going to outgate it, run it over to our drop yard. It's fucking tight. And then we'll come back over here and we'll find a Costco can. And we'll run that back up north and get it loaded and come back down and grab this one. So winner, chicken dinner. Found this one pretty fast. Kind of surprised. I've been having some pretty good luck over here. It doesn't have radials on it, but it just came in about 15 minutes ago. So it's all pretty good to go. For any of you guys that are container haulers that do come down here to LPC anyway, or even if you're in other parts of the country and use, you know, BNSF's RailPass app, they updated the app. I don't know, I guess now you got to use Touch ID on the iPad and Face ID on the phone. But I do like that they got rid of the drive safe screen. It used to be where if you went over, I think it was like 5 miles an hour, the screen just blacked out. You know, and when you're cruising a lot looking for containers, you're usually going faster than 5 miles an hour. So Glad to see that they got rid of that. Kind of a little update. Talk to you guys in a couple hours. Here I go again on my own, down the only road that I've ever known. Hey guys, so this is going to be the end of the video. I'm going to try to make it kind of short. Again, don't want the videos being 30 minutes long anymore. This part, I watch other guys on YouTube. Hasn't been a whole lot to watch lately, but I do. I need to find stuff to pass the time while I'm out here doing this. I'm out here driving. But one thing, it's kind of a pet peeve, and I don't want to sound, I guess like an ass or, like some know-it-all kind of guy or some shit like that. Like, I get everybody has questions and this and that, but if you're trying to buy a truck or get into a company lease program and take that next step, I think that's a great thing. I think you can make a lot more money as long as your circumstance kind of lines up with it all. But it makes me cringe, I guess, when I hear these guys either calling in or in the comment sections, talking about, hey, should I go lease a truck over here? And they don't know half of the numbers, or like, hey, should I go buy this truck? Well, what are you going to do with the truck? I don't know. It's like, well, then no, I don't know. Maybe I think of things differently. Like I said, when I got my truck, I did about a year worth of kind of researching in the background. Luckily for me, I had a few different guys that I could bounce questions off of and, get kind of accurate numbers off of. And that's, again, partly why I started this channel, to be like a source of information. But I still did like a year's worth of research and running numbers, and then like when I went and got my truck, I had work lined up for the truck, before I got into it. Like I think in a lot of cases these guys, they're like all gung-ho, to be lease ops or owner ops, and it's like they're putting the cart before the horse, and your situation and the numbers is what either makes it a good deal or a bad deal. If I take my truck and I were to lease it onto a company, it might be a good deal for me, whereas for somebody else in a different situation, it might not be a good deal. There's so many variables. Where you live, what market you're in, what that truck note's going to end up being. As far as being a lease op or getting your own authority. Well, again, what market do you live in? If you're in kind of a crappier market, then you're probably better to lease your truck onto a larger carrier that's going to have the workflow. they're going to have the freight volume, versus getting your own authority and trying to find your own loads. If you're in a crappy market to begin with, if that's where you live, you can't run a $2,000, $2,500 a month truck note and only be getting $1.25 a mile. The numbers just don't add up. Where I'm in the Midwest, so again, I got my own authority because I already had this work lined up for my truck. But if I had to go out on the spot market next year, I'm in a great market. I can do that. I wouldn't go on the dry van spot market anyway. I have other options that'll make a lot more money, but I have those options. So getting the authority, was kind of something that I needed to do to secure the work that I'm doing now. But I also have a plan B. There's other stuff that I can go haul and probably make more money than what I do right now, but it would be more like regional type work. And I like being local. I like being home every day, so this pays plenty enough for me to do that. But even that, when you're looking at buying a truck and leasing it on somewhere, well, you have to know that company's numbers. What are they charging you for insurance? What are they charging you? What are their weekly deductions? And then based on their weekly deductions and some averages, just take averages and say, if I only had $1,000 a month truck note, I could make pretty good money there. But if I go out and buy a brand new Peter car, with a $3,200 a month truck note, then I'm not going to make any money. It all comes down to the numbers. So I just kind of wanted to put that out there. Look, if you're looking to become a lease op or an owner op at some point in the future, more power to you. Like I said, I think a lot of guys could make better money as lease ops or owner ops. Like everything in life, there's good companies to lease onto. There's crappy companies to lease onto. There's great companies to work for, and there's crappy companies to work for. You can take 5 guys that work for the same company as company drivers, and you're going to get 5 different reviews of that company. So everything is situational. I don't know. I just wanted to kind of put that out there. Like, if you're looking to do it, more power to you. Do homework, and then do more homework, and then do more homework, because you're not buying a truck to be a company driver. You're buying a truck to be a business owner, and it takes a different mindset. It takes a different mentality, a different way of looking at what you're doing. And I just from from the other stuff I see, even on Facebook, it's a lot of guys that still have that like company way of thinking, like, oh, I'm just gonna go buy this truck and drive it, and make all the money in the world. But you're really not. 60 grand leasing a truck and paying 60 grand for a truck that has almost 600,000 miles on it. I think that's kind of high. I mean, that should be a lot closer to the $45,000 to $50,000 range with that kind of mileage. Sorry about that. Random alarm went off. But at any rate, I don't know. I just felt like putting that out there, I guess. I think 60 grand is a lot of money for a truck that's already got 600,000 miles on it. But, to each their own. If the numbers work for you, the numbers work for you. It's a crapshoot either way, but I can't stress enough that if you're going to do it, the success or failure is on you. You can't blame the company. You can't blame your DM or whatever. Once you take that leap, it's on you whether you succeed or fail. And the more homework you do, and the longer you take to prepare to become an owner-operator or a lease operator, the better your chances of success. So that's it for today, guys. As you can see now, it's a beautiful sunshiny day here in Northern Illinois. Appreciate y'all watching. Like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. We're going to run this can up and get it loaded, preloaded for tomorrow. Which reminds me I should check my emails to see if I got tomorrow's dispatch yet. So, guys, be good. Keep your shiny side up. Later.